You know what is going to happen this month? Do you know what is going to happen this month for you, my gorgeous Taurus? You are going to have the biggest contemplation of your life, okay? The biggest contemplation of your life. Because what is going to happen by the end of June 2022, you are going to make such an enormous progress in your life just by making the right choice, by going forward, by following your own intuition when that particular time comes. Because what is going to happen by the time you get to the actual November 2022, what you're working on right now, it's going to completely explode. So this is what you need to understand. It's going to explode in the best possible way. I'm telling you that you are going to have the contemplation, and this contemplation is going to become absolutely evident in between the 17th, 18th, and 19th, 20th, and 21st of June 2022. So you're going to find yourself feeling so deep. You're going to find yourself like thinking about so many different things, and this in itself is just going to create the actual confusion. But you need this confusion at this moment in your life, because what is also happening, you're finding yourself like on a very kind of like a unique spiritual path. And when you find yourself on a unique spiritual path, you're about to return to yourself. You're about to return home, because you have learned like a really huge important lesson over the last couple of years, which you will not want to repeat. You will know exactly what to do. This is on one hand to do with your spiritual awakening, but it's on another hand to do with naturally, this natural progress after that moment in time is literally to want more out of life. So when that contemplation comes, you know what to do. You do what is your heart telling you. You do what you know it's the right thing to do. And I say this so many times, you know, like ignore what's happening around you, like, oh my God, now it's time really, if you do have to like swim a little bit against the current, this is the time, the time to do so. The more you do it, the more you're karmically going to get a reward, you see. So it's all about you finding yourself on a spiritual quest, and then when that contemplation comes, you will know exactly what I mean when that contemplation comes, because of the very 1st and 2nd of June are already, you know, something is gonna start already, you know, the deepness and the depth that you will be able to go to with your own mind. It's going to surprise you, but it's also at the same time going to make you to question so many things about your life, and this is exactly what you should be doing. And the certain things are going to be like kind of keep on coming back to you, or no, why did I do that? I don't want to do this. And this is really good, because it helps you to reflect on your own progress and do the best possible thing. When it comes to that contemplation, this is going to be your own, like, oh my God, spiritual escape to where you want to go, okay? Because at the same time, you know, this is marking the end of the journey. These dates that I've mentioned are also marking the end of the journey. Wherever there is the ending, there is a new beginning. So it's not only about following your own intuition and responding to the way you want to do and doing exactly what you want to do, but it's also something that's going to maybe put you off a little bit, because you're going to become aware of the fact that you are going to be part of some kind of competition. But this is really, really good. So you may be like a part of the competition, like a physically, when everybody's like looking at you, or maybe you're just going to be kind of like a marked down without being even aware of it. So this is the time to give like the 100%, 1000%, whatever you set your mind to do. This is going to clear this competition in itself. It's going to really pretty much so clear so much frustration, and that same frustration that is going to be cleared like really caused like a lots of like a slowness in your life. It slowed you down at a time when you don't want to be slowed down. This is all going to boil towards like overwhelming emotions, towards you like really feeling so good about yourself, because for the first time in a long time you are going to be able to feel this progress, and you're going to be able to understand certain things about your near future. You will be able to feel things vividly, and this is the energy, this is the vibration that I need you to follow. You must remember this. My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Taurus, and it's for June 2022. So this monthly Weekly Horoscope Tarot Card Forecast is for you, my gorgeous Taurini, and it's for June 2022. So I would like to basically say that when it comes to the actual numerology, your number is going to be 675. 675, it's a very powerful number when it comes to numerology, and it also means that you're reaching a very sacred stage of your life, very sacred stage of your spiritual journey indeed, my gorgeous Taurinis. This is very, very important indeed. On one hand, you're actually, what you need to understand, sorry my gorgeous Taurinis, I will just be back just 1 second. I completely apologize. I can hear Coco is mowing downstairs, so I'm just gonna let Coco, it's maybe the door closed where his litter tray is. Just a second. I'm sorry, I will be back in 1 second. I'm sorry my gorgeous Taurinis. Just 1 second. Oh, sorry, that was Cocolino. I didn't let him out because I don't let my cats to go outside because I live to the extremely next to the extremely busy road, so I don't let my cats out. But it's just that the door where his litter tray was, it's just like it was closed and he was mowing, so I knew that he needed to go to the litter tray. So I'm sorry, but my baby comes first. I cannot possibly ignore my little Cocolino. So going back, I'm so sorry, I apologize my gorgeous Taurini. So going back to what I said, what is going to happen this month, and I really like this, and especially when it comes to the first 7 days. Within the first 7 days of the actual June, you are going to get a really good news, like a really important message. This is something that it's not going to completely surprise you, but what is going to be really interesting in this moment in time, it's the fact that not only that, you know, this is something that you expected, this good news, you were like kind of like prepared for this, so this is going to be good news in itself and it's brilliant. But when things are going to start becoming really, really interesting for you is when you get this good news and there is something going to be different, you know, it's something that you expected. This is to do with things that you were like kind of working on, but then at the same time it's to do with the results of your efforts, things that you kind of like were working on and things like that. You expected this, but this is going to be, instead of the level 7, it's going to be 7,777, seriously, to be quite honest with you, because first of all, the way you're going to feel, it's going to be different, and that is going to get you thinking, that is going to get you going, and at that moment in time something is going to come to you like, oh my god, like a big mama moment in time, and even like some kind of idea that you're going to realize at exactly the right moment in time, and that idea you're not going to be able to forget whatsoever. And let me tell you something, that it's not only within the first 7 days of June, this idea, it's again going to be highlighted within the last 7 days of June. Within the last 7 days of June, that idea, it's again going to be highlighted. So even if you've missed like the first part of June, first 7 days, it doesn't matter. This is going to come back and it's really going to kind of refresh your mind, refresh your memory, and this second time you're not going to be able to kind of not to notice this or like kind of to ignore this whatsoever. I'm not saying that you would ignore this within the first 7 days, but I'm just saying that it's going to have two different stages. So the first 7 days of June, it's going to be connected to that very good news, but the bottom line is the desire that you're going to realize, the amazing idea, and this is again going to be doubled up within the last 7 days of the actual June. And the bottom line is the recognition of something really important through your own abilities. You know, it's going to help you to recognize the ideas that you wouldn't normally recognize, and that in itself, it's really about what you love doing. It's about your own devotion, what you love doing in this life. What makes you feel happy? What makes you feel excited? When you're doing things and when you're focusing on those things in life that make you feel so good about yourself, that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel excited, this is exactly what you should be doing, because that's how you get the most of your spiritual journey. And I know that like there is so much that is going to be happening to you. Lots of you are going to decide to make like a really huge move as well, adjustment, especially when it comes to the stage and the period at around the 17th and 18th of June. For example, you know, lots of you will want to make a huge, massive adjustment as well. You're going to feel very strongly to do this, you know, and if you feel like you want to do this, you should definitely go for it, because this is the time of your life when you should be reflecting on those things that you're devoted to, that make you feel really happy about yourself while you're doing them, because that's how you get the most of your own spiritual journey. Very important indeed. And it's all about your own devotion and knowing exactly something very specific, very very specific goal here. It's going to become absolutely evident here. Very specific goal, my gorgeous Taurinis. That it's going to become absolutely evident here. And also, you just, at around the same time, somebody who you can trust so much, a really beautiful person in your life. It's also going to somebody who's very important, very consistent, very kind of like a trustworthy in so many different ways. Someone who means to you so much, whether this is a friend, whether this is a family member, somebody who's also quite devoted to you in so many different ways. That person is going to give you the particular message here. They will tell you something, and then and after that moment in time, you will note, oh my God, it's to do with the progress that is completely going to surprise you, that you're going to be able to recognize in your own life through somebody who love you, and who through somebody who you mean to so much, and that person means to you as well. These people are meant to be in our lives. These people are meant to be on our spiritual journey, because they pinpoint things about us that, maybe something, it's too much is going on in our lives. We don't notice certain things. So these people are very special and they're very sacred. So through that person is going to be playing an important role, because you will know that it's someone who you can trust, who is going to tell you this information, and then you're going to be able to make a really important decision, like really quickly. And this is going to really surprise you, because it's to do with a sudden progress, and that in itself, it's really going to already start a process of such a wonderful readjustment when it comes to your life. And also, on another hand, my gorgeous Taurinis, what is also quite important, to not to make a useless sacrifice. Just remember not to make the useless sacrifice, especially at around the actual 15th and 16th of June in particular, because something is going to come up and it's going to look like rather delicious and things like that. But I would just really want to, it's going to look like delicious, like something that you want to do, and it's going to look like, this is what you need to do in order to start the process of change, but you don't. So you need to recognize what this is, because it's to do with the useless sacrifice. And I also already told you to actually pay attention to this couple of days when this is going to take place. So, but then again, at the same time, you're gonna feel something, your subconscious mind is gonna be like guiding you and telling you letting you know that something is not quite right. So just try to see what a useless sacrifice is. There is a different way around. And also at the same time, as soon as you become aware of what this useless sacrifice is, you will also, your eyes are going to be open, and you will be able to realize the minor deception. You're going to be able to recognize the minor deceptions, before the actual damage is done. So this is why this is so important. And it's also somebody with a rather artistic temperament is going to be around you at the time, and this is also kind of going to help you out to try to kind of recognize and pinpoint when this is going to happen exactly when it comes to these 2 days, because someone rather artistic is going to be around you. Someone rather artistic is just going to kind of like take your attention in that particular way, but then again at the same time you must not kind of like let your concentration to go where your concentration shouldn't go. So it's almost like someone is going to be so artistic, and then that kind of put your minds off of the actual things that you should be thinking about at this moment in time. So pay attention to who this artistic person is actually going to be around you, and then you will know that this is going to be at around the time when you must not make a useless sacrifice. Be smart, be clever. On another hand, when it comes to the actual when it comes to the period and the stage in between the 17th and the 30th of June, 17th and the 30th of June, you are also going to have an important clarity, and that clarity it's going to be so personal to you. This is going to be really personal, because it's going to make you pretty much so it's going to make you aware of things that you weren't aware of before, and that the natural next step from that is going to be for you to understand to do not analyze whatsoever after this moment in time. After this moment in time, you're going to make a choice, and that in itself, it's going to lead to the actual getting even more clarity on what you kind of desire when it comes to moving forward with your life. So one thing is going to lead into another, my gorgeous Taurini. So this is going to be, of course, rather important indeed. And also, what I like about June, because the June is all about the new beginning. You know what you need to remember, it's now it's time to step into the journey without fear whatsoever. The braver you are, the more rewarding June is going to be. The more active you are, the more you're going to get out of it. Just remember, your passion is your power is your passion, but also at the same time this month is going to remind you how movement create the actual energy, and that is really important. So especially when it comes to the actual last 7 days, you know, you will realize like, oh my God, when it comes to the last 7 days of June, you will realize there is so much about to happen. There is so much about to come. This is brilliant. It's all about you following your instincts, but also knowing and being aware of the fact that, you know, follow your instinct and be aware of the fact that, you know, you need to have faith in new beginnings at this moment in time. There is nothing to be afraid of. You're protected, and you're going to be led by your spirit guides, by your guardian angels, because there is going to be a really mind-blowing sign that you're going to have within the last 7 days in June. Very unusual, very mind-blowing sign, which is going to happen at around the time when you see numbers 333 and 777 and 111 repeating. The sign is going to consist of you seeing something almost immediately after you become aware of these numbers, but then again you have to reflect on what was in your mind at that moment in time, because you are going to be kind of preventing yourself thinking negatively about an aspect of your life that you should be positive about. So this is only going to remind you this sign, like, oh, pay attention to what you're mind, pay attention to what you're thinking, because if you carry on, you're going to block yourself, you're going to slow yourself down when it comes to your natural progress. So it's all coming through your own spirit, through your own soul, through your own karma, in your own time. When you know the time is right, you just go for things, my gorgeous Taurinis. And this is exactly how you're going to feel this, you know. Within the last 7 days of June, you will know that the road is filled with excitement and joy. The road ahead will be filled with excitement and joy, and it's all entirely up to you. But you're also going to realize by the end of this month how powerful you actually are, and the power of your own karma, the power of your own decision, and how far you can go in this life, what you can actually achieve and make as long as you stay as persistent as possible. You just need to understand, but this month is going to help you to understand that you're more powerful than you can possibly imagine. You know, you need to believe in yourself, okay? What seems impossible is going to be overcome with determination and the right skills, which you absolutely have, my gorgeous Taurinis. Do not give up whatsoever, because you're almost going to reach like a tiny little baby, like a little bit of like a tiny little baby problem, you know, which is going to make you kind of question things. But this is nothing unusual, and especially at around the 22nd of June, you know. But then the more deeper you go, just remember, this is going to be the better sign for you. The more you're going to be able to dig out, the more you're going to be able to understand about yourself at this moment in time, you know. It's brilliant. You're almost there. Someone very special, someone very important, someone very beautiful, okay? You know, you need to understand that also the experience that you are going to gain by the end of this month is literally going to change your life. Just remember this, and try to throw yourself into all sorts of opportunities as much as you possibly can, because through the actual opportunities there is a lot that you're going to find out about yourself and about your life, what's missing in your life at this moment in time. Okay, so now what else I was going to say when it comes to your kind of health, when it comes to your nutrition and things like that, I'm going to say it again. This is a very powerful time of the year, and I have to remind you again to try to reconnect and connect with the actual nature. Go outside and spend some time, at least 15 or 20 minutes, like maybe in the forest, around the trees, you know, touch the ground, ground yourself. It's going to help you with your focus quite a lot. Try to sit by the water, try to sit by the river. You know, this is going to make you feel so much better about yourself if you live somewhere close by the water and river, because what's going to happen within the next few hours after that moment in time, this is indeed going to clear so many blockages within. And once the blockages are clear, then not only you get like the ideas, you also it's not only it's not only that you get the ideas, but you also get that strength to go for them, to chase your ideas, you know, because the blockages are removed. And these blockages would normally just kind of be keeping you down and giving you, these blockages would also give you like the false feeling of not being able to move, or false feeling of you feeling restrained. You see, it's all about your energy and the right way you manipulate with your energy through connecting and reconnecting with the nature. On another hand, I do also see a little bit of blockage when it comes to your stomach and digestion, and I see the rather sensitive, very dry, very unusual skin. So you just need to please do this for me every single morning. Take a little glass of water, and take like an organic unwaxed lemon, squeeze it, baby, and put it inside the water, and then drink it the first thing in the morning. This is going to be absolutely wonderful when it comes to your whole body. You know, the strong vitamin C content in the actual in the actual lemon, it's going to be super beneficial when it comes to your skin. It's going to do so much wonder, but it's also going to be good for so many other bodily functions, including the whole content in the actual lemon, not just vitamin C. You know, it's just going to be super beneficial when it comes to the actual digestion and just like kind of clearing yourself and getting that energy going, you know, in your body. So both of things I would really highly recommend you when it comes to digestion and when it comes to your skin, to drink the actual lemon water the first thing in the morning, and try to do it for a few days. And after a few days, you will see your energy is going to pick up. You know, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel so much clearer. You're going to feel like your digestion is going to feel so much better, and also your skin is going to become rather nice, you know, when it comes to like being really like kind of like a very healthy, nice looking skin. So this is something I would really highly suggest you to actually drink. Okay, so now my gorgeous Torini, I'm just going to see what is going to be the very first date that is going to be quite important to you. And what else I was going to say to you, it's like I would like to recommend to you this pendant. It's probably one of the most powerful pendants that you can actually get. It's called Nellit. Okay, and Nellit is one of the most powerful pendant purely because not only it protects you amazingly against an evil eye. Of course that this is always good because you protect your energy, you protect your vibration, but at the same time it protects one of the most powerful parts of our bodies. So what is one of the most powerful parts of our body? Our pineal gland, our third psychic eye. It's one of the most, probably the most powerful part of our body. It helps you to connect with yourself, with who you are, and the more you unlock your pineal gland, the more aware of things around you are going to be, the more you are going to understand, the more you're going to remember. It's going to connect you and reconnect you with your past lives. We live so many lives. We die and then we are reborn. We die and then we are reborn. And every single time when we are reborn, we don't necessarily remember. We don't remember the life before that we lived before, because we start learning in a brand new life. But we just feel things, we just know things, and some people are more powerful when it comes to that because they can use this and apply to every single part of their lives. And what this does, and as soon as you start unlocking your third psychic eye, your pineal gland, it's almost like a doorway in between this world and the spiritual world. It's like, oh my God, you start remembering things, you know, you start knowing things, you start kind of reflecting on things. You remember so much becomes clear when you wear this. So on one hand, it makes you really wise and really clever. So much comes out of you directly from so many different lives that you lived. But at the same time, it just helps you to kind of like understand energetically so much about things around you, you know. And this is the power that I'm talking about. This Nellit, it looks like a little bit like a tiger's eye, but it's the natural combination between tiger's eye and another crystal. So this is a very powerful crystal on its own. This wasn't made, this is naturally made, this is natural, and it's a very powerful crystal on its own. It's called Nellit, and I highly recommend you to get this, you know. And it also, you know, helps you to accept who you are. It helps you to remain in your truth and in your reality as well. And it works so perfectly when we are making decisions that are the best decisions for ourselves. This gorgeous nail, it comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And when you check the description below, you just click on like a read more, and then it's going to expand the whole description, because you can't see the whole description. When you click on read more, it's going to expand it, and then you're going to see these pendants right at the end. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, my gorgeous Torini, so I have to say that, so thank you very much. The very 1st of June, 1st of June, 2nd of June, and the 3rd of June are going to be really important, these 3 days, especially when it comes to like you really knowing and understanding that, you know, very special journey it's about to start up, very special journey it's about to kind of manifest, and this is to do with an advancement. The next step is going to be advancement into the actual unknown, which is just going to make you feel, oh my God, you know, but then again, it's all about making the right alteration, you know, because it's all about, you know, the process of change which is starting in itself at that moment in time. By the time you get to the 4th of June, it's going to be quite unusual day on the 4th of June, because this unusual day, it's all about the actual you know, you're going to feel a little bit down, you're going to feel just a little bit sad, you're going to feel just a little bit negative, but then again, this is all a kind of, oh my God, it's all one feeling upon another feeling, but it's all about feeling really deep and maybe feeling like a little bit sorry for yourself. I know that this sounds like, oh my God, but listen, sometimes we need to go through these things in life. It's a bit of a yin-yang moment that you are going to have. You need to put a light on your own shadows. You know, you're the only one who can put a light on your own shadow. This is something that you should do naturally and organically, of course. So now that it's going to like kind of make you thinking, and it's like, it's almost like it's to do with like oh God, it's going to reconnect you with your own weakness when it comes to the actual temptation. And that temptation, you have to understand that whatever this temptation is on the 4th of June, you have to stay away from it. You have to ignore this temptation on the 4th of June. It could happen on the 5th and the 6th, and between 4th, 5th and 6th there is going to be the temptation, and I need you to ignore this, because that temptation is going to happen at the time when you're kind of digging into the deepest parts of yourselves, and this is the time when you need to kind of highlight your own shadows. You need to bring a light within yourself, and also it's going to give you the opportunity to move on after like to move on from something like some kind of experience that happened to you long time ago in the past that it's actually still affecting you. So that temptation, it's going to be very much so like a kind of like a, it will bring you possible loss, and it will bring you like a poor risk. So just remember to ignore that temptation whatsoever. And when you ignore this temptation, you will understand that your strength, you know, this is the time when your strength, your own strength will be tested. And you just have to stay true to yourself. You know, you need to stay true to your strength will be tested, and you need to stay true to yourself. You are going to be rewarded. My goodness, you are going to be rewarded, because that in itself, it's going to make you feel really active and very determined when it comes to the part of your life that you feel very experienced about. And now that is going to give you very interesting ideas. So this is very important indeed. And even more so, by the time you get to the actual 6th of June, you are gonna start becoming aware of the certain opportunity. Like, my God, you're gonna start becoming aware of like, oh my God, there is a certain opportunity about to come up. Not immediately, this opportunity is not going to be immediately available. You're not going to be immediately like, oh my God, okay, I'm gonna start this opportunity on this and this day. No, baby, no. These are only the beginning stages of this wonderful opportunity that you're gonna become aware of, you see? So this is why you need to ignore that temptation whatsoever. And even if you don't know what this temptation is, you will know that something is not kind of right. You will know that if you do this, you're not going to do the right thing. So it's just all about you following your own kind of psychic feelings, intuitions, and you know, and this is like, it's not going to lead you astray for sure. So now it's all about you knowing, you know, that there is going to be the opportunity that you are going to kind of become aware of, and that opportunity that you're going to become aware of, that is going to opportunity that is is soon going to arise. How do I explain it? You're going to become aware of the opportunity that is soon going to arise. And this is the opportunity for you. This is the opportunity that you have been waiting for. There is going to be a bit of a challenge that you are going to feel, but then that absolutely doesn't matter, because by the time you get to the 11th, 12th, 13th of June, you are going to become this is going to go on a next stage of the progress. 11th, 12th and the 13th of June is the time when this opportunity is going to manifest itself, but you just have to, now is the time to go for it. Now is the time to make the necessary step. Now is the time to trust yourself. Now is the time to be different. Now it's the time to actually come out of yourself as much as you possibly can. Give 1000%. Just remember, every single step of the way, it's like almost you're sending these absolutely magical waves towards the universe, and the universe is going to reward you with exactly the same magnetic energy you're going to get back. The more you send out, the more you're going to get back, especially when it comes to like giving so much energy towards like an important project or towards something that you're trying to achieve at this moment in time. Okay, so you need to be bold, you need to be courageous, and you need to be kind of like pretty much so you need to, it's about an amazing opportunity, but be bold, be courageous, and optimistic as much as you possibly can. Now, most certainly, after the 11th, 12th, and the 13th of June, it's going to be the time to take action, but the action to do what you are passionate about, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed, because it's about your own creativity, and the more free you are, the more free you respond to things in your own way, what makes sense to you, the more you're going to get out of it. It's about your own willpower and self-confidence that is going to be growing every single step of the way. And even more so, you are basically what is happening right now, it's going to bring you recognition, it's going to make you feel so good about yourself. Not only you are going to be proud of yourself, but the people in your life, people who mean to you so much, and vice versa, people who mean to you so much are going to be so proud of yourself and of you as well. And for some reason this is going to mean to you like quite a lot. Nothing unusual, but it's just a really kind of like a nice feeling that you're going to have. It's going to make you feel so good about yourself, but then again, you will also know not only this is like going to bring so much admiration, but it's going to bring you really great rewards. You are going to become aware of the fact that it is going to be, some kind of hard work is going to be involved, but then again, at the same time, you are pretty much so very capable to actually do this. The bottom line is the fact that you will know when you start this is going to bring an ultimate change into your life, my gorgeous Taurini. So this is why this is so exciting. And also 11th, 12th and the 13th of June, you just need to be kind of aware of the fact that you are going to be kind of become alerted and awake to unknown danger, and it's going to happen at around the time when you come across someone rather narrow-minded. Someone narrow-minded you're going to come across as well, and that particular person I do not really like. It's not only about the person being narrow-minded, but there is something not quite right about this person, and this in itself, it's gonna really kind of be connected to the fact where you are, after that moment in time, there are going to be some really interesting epiphanies that you are going to have, which are going to lead to absolutely remarkable opportunities, but even most importantly, plans that are going to work superb. They're going to be so perfect. So this person that is narrow-minded, that is connected to this like kind of awake, when you're going to be awake to unknown danger, it's going to really be kind of like the last little drop, which is just going to really kind of prove the certain point to you as well. It's about your own confirmation. Nothing that you would go out and talk to like people about or anything like that, but to you this is just going to bring like some kind of confirmation at the time when you need it the most, almost as if you will like keep on asking and waiting for like some kind of like a sign or something to kind of tell you, let me just make this huge step in my life. And my God, my Lord, most certainly you are going to get just that. Okay, so now the third date that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be the 26th of June. And before I go there, Look at this absolutely gorgeous pendant here. This is beautiful, and of course this comes with a sterling silver chain as well. This is a gorgeous pendant, and it's also one of the most powerful pendants on another hand as well, because it's called a thermalated quartz, you see, and it's obviously it's like a natural clear quartz, and it also has got a natural black pieces of tourmaline in. This is not added, these are natural crystals, so this is a natural crystal on its own, which is called thermalated quartz, but it's extremely powerful, and it's so tough. You see this? Absolutely beautiful. As I say, this comes with a sterling silver chain, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Look, it looks like a glass, but it's incredible. It's so tough. Many thousands of years ago, people have been using this pendant, people have been using this crystal in order to cut through glass, to make the tools and things like that. This is how tough this is. Thousands of years ago, they would use this in order to cut through like a really hard material. So it's tough, like when it comes to like, my god, it looks like a little glass, but look, it's beautiful. It looks like a little glass, but then at the same time, it's like it's so powerful. On another hand, it like really protects you so much. It helps you to ground yourself. But what is different about this, it helps you to ground yourself like almost immediately. So, you know, sometimes we like kind of deal with things in life, and you can't wait for the right moment, you know. You maybe sometimes the life is really tough and we didn't sleep 2 or 3 days, and then after 2 or 3 days, like, you need to do something really important. So, you know, no one cares if you didn't sleep for 2 or 3 days, but you need to give 100%, you know. And this is when we become, oh my god, a little bit anxious and a little bit paranoid, or in just like a normally, like when something makes us really like kind of scared or paranoid or anxious, you know. This absolutely thermalated quartz has got this power to bring you down immediately and help you with that particular grounding. So you feel like, oh my god, a little bit Twilight Zone-ish, and then you just like, you put this on and immediately it brings you down. It's very powerful, and it also helps you to eliminate destructive patterns as well. It will ground you absolutely perfectly. And this gorgeous thermalated quartz comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, so thank you very much for that. The third important date is going to be on the 26th of June. The 26th of June is like, what are you in self-denial about so much? Come on, do something about it. You need to change this. What are you in self-denial about? You need to change this, because like, if you don't change this, it's just going to create such a negative stage of your life, and almost if you're like a self-punishing yourself if you don't do something about it so much. And I'm saying that this is important because it's the time when you're going to feel very powerful self-illumination, and it's going to give you an opportunity to do something about it, what you're in self-denial about. That in itself, as soon as you establish what this is, you're going to bring a balanced force into your life, a harmony. You're going to bring a pretty much so harmony. You're going to bring balance and harmony, which is going to open your eyes. It's going to kind of helps you to focus, but at the same time it's going to make you aware of the fact that tact is pretty much so after this moment in time necessary to maintain pace. Very important indeed. And on another hand, you know, it's going to give you bravery, and your bravery is going to highlight your own capacity, and that in itself, it's really going to make you feel like, oh my god, suddenly you're going to be on the ball. You know, you are going to find yourself on such an interesting stage of your life on the 26th of June as well, which is going to take place from the 26th of June until the 30th of June, where you are this bravery and capacity. It's going to put you in a situation where you're going to respond in such an amazing way. You're going to feel so pleased about yourself. But on another hand, it's going to bring you pretty much so hope and confidence when it comes to you staying on the same page, but you will need to come up with a new plan. You're staying on the same page, but you're just going to need to come up with a new plan. Just remember this. This is very important for you to remember. So now, my gorgeous Taurinis, I'm just going to see briefly what is going to happen to you in the first part of June, mid-June, and the last part of June. The first part of June, you know, just remember, if you can believe it, you can do it. If it's on your mind, you can do it. If it's like constantly, persistently on your mind, you can do it. Just remember this, my gorgeous Taurinis, please. Mid-June, it's all about, you know, it's about just remember, it's all about an excellent opportunity presenting itself to you. And this is brilliant because it's also mid-June is going to bring you the actual new area of study as well. The last part of June is just like all about the actual, this is the time of the self-discovery. This is an important time of self-discovery. At the same time, I need you to understand, to shine your light as example to others as well, and you will know what I mean. On another hand, the last part of June, it's like you're probably going to make one of the most important investments of your lives. Okay, so now my gorgeous Taurinis, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationship. To those of you in relationship, my goodness, you're gonna make such a wise decision, a very, very wise decision you're going to make. And this wise decisions is going to help you both to really live your life the way you want to live. It's to do with your own practicality, but it's also gonna help you so much, like to kind of like relax a little bit, because you've both felt rather frequently too restrained. So now you're going to need to do something about it. This is very important indeed. So the bottom line is, when it comes to the Tauruses in relationship, you're actually going to make an important decision. And this decision is going to reflect on the part of your lives that you're unhappy with. That decision needs to happen. You need to make this decision, you know, because it's to do with the parts of your life that you're unhappy with, both of you. So now it's time to actually do something about it, because karmically something came to an end and you both need to move away from it, because otherwise it's just going to be draining your energy and it's going to make you feel like you're frequently too restrained, but then there is so much that you can do about it. For those of you who are single and ready to, stranger in the night, Taurini in the morning, stranger in the night, Taurini in the morning. My gorgeous Taurini, you know, like for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, I mean, this is brilliant, because it's not about someone walking into your life, but it's about the motivation. It looks like someone is going to play an absolutely massive role when it comes to the actual motivation to do something, motivation to go somewhere, motivation to visit some kind of place. This motivation is going to be mind-blowing, because it is going to help you to reconnect with yourself and make a really kind of fundamental decision, like where you're going to go and what you're going to do, because someone is going to motivate you to do something what they did in order to be kind of so happy when it comes to their love life or something like that. Not that you're going to follow what they did, but it's just all about you kind of maybe to a certain place that they went. It's very difficult to say exactly what it's going to be, but someone is going to motivate you so much in order to kind of like really do something, maybe visit some kind of place. It's to do with you going somewhere, you visiting something, or you starting something. So by the time when the June comes, you will see, by the time when July comes, you know, by the 15th and 16th of July, you already will know what place this is, and that place is going to bring you someone very special into your life indeed. But you just need to remember, my gorgeous Taurinis, one step at a time. Okay, my gorgeous Taurinis, I love you all so much. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Taurinis. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.